The Bird rolling to the right, looking, staying on his feet, cutting, scoring.
Man, Greek was special, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to be a part of the Broncos organization. I'm glad I got an opportunity to meet and to know Steve Antonopulos. And very few people, I think I've, in all my years, I've heard people call him Steve Antonopulos probably 4 or 5 times. Everybody knows him as Greek. When you can go by one name, Greek, he's like Kobe, he's like MJ, he's like LeBron. He goes by one name. He's one of these great, Messi, Ronaldo. He's like that.
Greek has been that steady force for me. He's been with me through all type of injuries, all types of ups and downs in my career. He's been 2 Super Bowls with me. We won one, we lost one. He's always been Greek, man. He's always had that grandpa feel for me, at least. I don't want to, say he's old or anything, but he's definitely felt like, that grandpa that I could always go to for advice. I've always trusted him with my career, with my body.
And Elway throwing it to the left, and Winder driving, scoring.
Greek is that guy you like to see him, but you don't want to see too much of him, because being a trainer and all his knowledge and wisdom, I used to really more get knowledge and wisdom from him because he saw every guy that come through that locker room, over 30 plus years. I mean, he's just been there since the Broncos had a tent set up outside to start a football club. He was there. He's the OG, as we called him, and he's just a lot of knowledge, and unfortunately and fortunately, I got to spend some time with him, especially at the end of my career, with the hip injury and things like that. So I got probably more time with him than I wanted to, but he always made it, worth it.
I came to Denver after 11 years in Tampa, also coming off a neck surgery. I'd been battling stingers the year before, and every time I was hitting someone, my arms were lighting up. And so when you have a neck surgery, there's a lot that comes with just the confidence of getting back to football. And Greek was so good. He'd been around for so long, seen so much. He really, I've always said that being a great trainer is half like being an expert at what you do, but then also being a tremendous psychologist. And it was the first time I had a little apprehension going and actually hitting someone. And Greek was so good through that process. I went on to have 4 great years in Denver, and Greek was such a great part of that. I'll forever be grateful to him for that.
Well, what does that mean? Can he go or not go?
Yeah, he can go. He won't come out. I told him to quit running if he could.
We spent a lot of time together, man. And I had some surgeries too in the off season. And man, some long days, and so we got to become really good friends, man. And he's one heck of a person, man, and I love him. He knew everybody in my family, and even now he'll ask me about people in my family, and that's an amazing trait. And I know, just for me personally, and I think this goes for a lot of guys, that when you have coaches and you have trainers who care about you, man. Hey, you give that back to them, man, and you'll do anything for them.
One of the first people I met when I went to the facility after I got drafted was Greek in the training room. He was a good guy. He was he knew just the things to say to you, and he didn't try to force you to go on the field and play if you were hurt. And, he just knew what the right things to say and the right things to do, and. I always missed they call it soft tissue, the treatment they used to give you, but I used to call it hard tissue because it was very painful. It wasn't like a massage. It was way more intense. And I always remember those times with Greek because, that probably kept me on the field or got me back on the field sooner.
He and I had a a great relationship. To this day, I'll pick up the phone and, I just, hey, Greek League, how you doing? Sharpe, long time no hear from. Glad to hear from you. I'm doing great, buddy. How are you? And that's the relationship that we've maintained. Although I retired almost 2 decades ago, he and I still have a very special bond. A lot of times to get guys to open up to tell you how they're really feeling, what's really going on. Can you play this week, or do you need a day off? The guy's gonna have to trust you and believe that you sincerely have his best interest at heart. or he's never gonna open up to you. Over the years that Greek's been the trainer at Denver, guys have trusted him and been able to open up to him.
Many times, if you went in and got treatment and you didn't practice, man, you would have to do more work than you did at practice. So it's like, man, I got to get out of here. I got to get back out in the practice field because Greek is putting it on you in the training room, boy.
You know what? That should be the highlight of this whole video. Is you hated going in there with Greek because he would push you and push you and push you. And the thing is, though, but that's what actually made you better, and it gave you that confidence to go back out there. You know, when you have a little ankle tweak or something like that, especially as a receiver, you know, you don't know if it's ready, but Greek knew that it was ready. And so you always had that confidence in him, and he could give you the right tape job and different things like that that you didn't really know exist. You thought tape was just tape. Like, no, the way he does it was different. And even the staff, man, I mean, it's about Greek, but he trained some guys who have went on to do some great things because of him.
You know, organization is built up with guys like this, foundational guys like this, and just so fortunate and so grateful and so blessed, you know, to have a guy like Greek. He trained up Vinny and all these other guys as well, and so many other guys around the league. And you know, I just so appreciative. And as I reflect on it, man, it's dope that I've been able to spend 11 years with Steve Antonopulos. I appreciate you and I love you.